All right, so we're here again, Kendall, Mike, Jason, to talk about traditional mortgages in this sort of bizarre market, right? We've had interest rates that climbed up pretty high. They look like they may be settling in the near future. They may linger high forever. Like nobody has the crystal ball that can tell you what's going on in those gigantic markets. I guess that's not true. There's a lot of people who think they do, and they prognosticate all the time about what's coming. We don't know. Like none of us knows tomorrow. We're all assuming tomorrow. So when we have to make a housing decision today, we're doing two things, right? We're purchasing a home and we're obtaining some debt tool, some financing tool, some mortgage to buy that home. So two totally separate actions. The house might be perfect. The market may be in a spot where you're a little confused or a little frustrated or a little uncertain about what do I do with this debt tool over here. And so we can't really change those debt tools. So we still want the house. How do we make a good financial decision? So really, we have a client that we just sent to a couple different mortgage lenders, and that client Kendall connected with, so I'll let her finish there.
So we sent Josh over to Jason, and we're wondering what that phone call looks like. He gave you a call. What info did you need? What did you tell him? What do things look like for him to purchase in the future?
Yeah, I appreciate, first of all, you sending him my way. I know that we have the same goal when we work with a client, and that is they're stepping into what can feel like an incredibly overwhelming, potentially biggest decision financially that they have ever made in their life. And I always tell people my job is to empower you so you feel like you have all the tools you need to make this decision. It's not our decision to make for you. I tell people at the end of this journey, you're going to end up with two things. You're going to end up with a house and a payment.
Right.
And our job is to make sure that you're happy with both of those,
right,
as happy as you can be with both of those. So whenever I have an initial conversation with somebody, I just like to walk them through, here's what a mortgage pre-qualification looks like. Here's the things that we need from you. Here's what you can expect from the process. And then what I love to do is use a tool called Mortgage Coach. We have something on the reverse mortgage side too that's similar, that just visualizes.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people even know like what does a mortgage payment even consist of, and what are the things that we have control over that might affect how big or small my mortgage payment is. And so I can send a link, they pull it up on their computer, I'll pull it up on my computer, and we can have a real-time conversation where
So
I can drive that presentation.
You can test scenarios.
Yeah, we can test scenarios.
Well, what if I bring nothing for down payment? Or what if I bring $1 million for down payment?
Yep.
Or what if I want a short mortgage that's only 10 years long? Or,
yeah.
So you can adjust those.
Yeah, what if I buy now, and what if rates do come down to where we think they're going to come down to a year from now? What would my payment be if I refinance? So we can run scenarios. And then what happens is that when people are out looking, I'll just tell people, like, if you're out looking at properties, reach out and we'll plug in new numbers. You know, because I would want people, if you're getting ready to write a contract with a client, they know before that contract is submitted the full financial ramifications of what they're doing.
They can see their payment.
They know what they're going to get. Yeah, there's no surprises after they're under contract. We're working together, and we've had enough iterations to where they feel comfortable with that whole process.
We've heard good things about the tool, that it's helpful to people. They like to see it. So.
Yeah. See, I think visualizing is huge for everybody.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I think that as far as working together, you said we want them to be happy with both. I know we're going to help them be happy with the house choice because that's what we do. You may not be able to help them be happy with the mortgage choice today.
As happy as possible.
Just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, we're going to do our part of it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's right. I'm a little disadvantaged, I feel like.
Yeah, we've got beautiful houses over here.
Right,
We've got
right.
a mortgage market that's not really cooperating with you. But still successful. People are being successful in it.
Yeah.
One of the other pieces I think that's important in this conversation is we're seeing a market right now where sellers aren't getting everything they want when they list a home. Like rewind a year, sellers were getting more than they wanted. The buyers were diving on top of the house, offering everything to the seller.
Yeah.
And today the seller might have to sit there a little bit. They might have to do the little fixes. They might have to paint, clean, pick the laundry up even for showings. So anyway, so we're seeing a market where buyers have a little more ability to kind of control the process. It's not tremendous, but there's some. So to us, it feels like a good time to buy the house. And so you were talking about maybe some strategies for, sure, you might not like your payment today, but
Sure.
how do we work it so that you can like your payment later?
Yeah, I mean, the last thing I'm gonna do is tell you to buy a house if you're not comfortable buying. But there are a lot of people who don't love what the interest rates are doing right now who can afford to buy. For those people, I think it's an amazing time to buy because there are deals to be had on houses, or man, even buying a house at list price feels like a big win these days.
Right.
When rates come down, if you're thinking rates are high, I'm just gonna hang out on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Well, when rates come down, if that's what's gonna bring you off the sidelines, guess what? Everybody else gets off the sidelines at the same time. I see a world not too far in the future where there's bidding wars again. So if you're gonna wait 6 months and a home is appreciated in value that's for sale and there's a bidding war on it, you might spend $20,000, $30,000 more for that house 6 months from now than you would today.
Yeah.
If your payment at a higher rate is $200 a month more than it would be, that's $2,400 a year.
Right.
And if you had to carry that for a year before you could refinance, that $2,400 investment in a higher payment versus a $30,000 more expensive home
Right.
if you wait to buy it.
Right.
So I think that's kind of I think the numbers tell the story, and just helping people understand the numbers kind of helps them decide whether now's a good time or not to buy. But I think for a lot of people, now's a great time to buy.
I think we agree.
Mhm.
Yeah. The market seems to be ripe for buyers right now, even though it's difficult. You're going to have to do your work.
Mhm.
I think the sellers also having to do their work, so people are actually working equally now in the market. And it seems a little more balanced. So, yeah. Reach out to us if you're interested in buying. If you're frustrated with buying anything, we'll get you the data you need. We'll show you what we see the market appreciation looking like on any house that you're thinking of buying, what it might cost you next year, or even what flat appreciation looks like in your rent for the next year. So just different ways to use your money so that you can be successful going into your purchase process.